Whitney, what's going on?
Hi, nice to see you.
Had some technical difficulties there, but we
Yeah,
got you
I
in.
had to figure out how to work all of
That's all
this.
right. That's all right. I would say I'm a pro now, but it's like they update stuff every single. Instagram's so
Right,
crazy. They update
right.
stuff
Yeah,
every time.
we're good to go now. We're
Cool,
good.
man. Cool. Well, let's just go ahead and jump into it. Again,
Yeah.
guys, thank y'all for joining us, man. Feel free to ask any questions you have. You can ask them in the comment section below or click the little question box. And we'll go ahead and get started. We have with us Miss Whitney Goins from ULM. She's going to be a senior there. She was from Anacoco High School, big time basketball player there. Played a lot of games there. When did you start playing high school basketball?
High school basketball I started in eighth grade.
Eighth
Yeah.
grade, yeah. So
Yeah.
I figured it was pretty early. Small schools like that always start
Yes,
them out early.
yes.
So,
It's kind of cool that I got to, so I was excited.
so like on your high school career, you had two-time All-State high school. You started 65 games in college. You still got your senior year to go here, so we're excited about that. You're seventh in the conference in three, so pretty good basketball career. But we still got a whole another year left, man.
Heck
So
yeah, heck yeah.
with this platform and everything, we really appreciate you joining us for sure. But we're talking to middle school and high school girls, in Louisiana. Can you kind of talk to us about, when did you first start and picked up a basketball?
Man, the first time I started playing was actually through church. Upwards basketball, it's a big thing where I'm from. You start when you're about 6 years old, so they threw me out there with probably too big of a jersey and didn't really know what I was doing. And my mom's got to coach me for all of that, so that was really neat.
I love it. That's cool. That's a cool story. So your mom was into basketball a little bit, or she just like,
Oh
I need a
yeah,
coach?
my mom played for LC in Louisiana College, and she started coaching me in upwards, and then she went to Little Dribblers, and then Little Dribblers led to middle school and all the way to high school. My mom coached me, so it was really neat. We had a really good relationship through basketball.
That's awesome. So how was those car rides home? They were long or
They were they were actually very quiet rides home through all the AAU practices, the tournaments, and everything. Yeah, so it was a good time.
Absolutely. So let's talk about your high school journey. Again, we're moving on. We're in high school now, and small schools. A lot of people don't realize that people play seventh grade, sometimes in sixth grade. They'll play high school basketball. Can you kind of talk about how you started out, your whole high school career?
Yeah, so it started in eighth grade. I didn't get a whole lot of playing time, obviously, because I had a lot of people in front of me. But I got some experience in eighth grade. That led into freshman year when we had, well, every year I played, we had a limited team. I mean, that's just how high school goes, especially in a small town. I mean, if you go to the school, you probably play a sport. So that's how it worked. But yeah, I started my freshman year of high school, and I was just a little beanpole out there trying to pass and only shoot if I had to. But yeah, so it started in freshman year. Sophomore year and junior year got a little more brave. So yeah, high school was great. I mean, if you were from Anacoca, you probably played basketball. So so we had a lot of fun. You did it because your friends did it, but I mean, I did it because I love the sport and I knew I was built for it. And so sophomore year was pretty. Freshman year, we went to state and we lost in the quarters. Uh, Sophomore year, we lost in the quarters as well. And then junior year, we made it all the way to semis and we lost out in the semis. And then senior year, we got all the way to the championship. And I wasn't able to get that, but man, it was such a great time. I mean, it was known that we weren't going into it to lose. We went in to win every single game, and we didn't lose a whole lot. So I just loved everything about Anacoca basketball. My mom did a great job coaching us and keeping us just with a winning mentality at all times. So we really enjoyed it.
That's awesome. You're kind of like our second girl from Louisiana that's played at a small school.
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
playing at a small school, can you talk about that? Like, how is it? A lot of people play at bigger schools and they don't quite understand. Like I used to coach at Albany. When we went to the top 28, they shut down the gas station. They put it out on the
Yeah.
sign. We're going to the top 28. Like we're closed. Can you kind of talk about like how exciting it is to play in a small town school?
Man, it's a big deal. It is. If you're going to like you said, a state tournament or something, I mean, everything shuts down, school gets closed, like everybody's going. So basically, my junior year, we got to go to semis, and like I had a lot of pressure on me because we had no seniors at all.
Oh wow.
So yeah, so I was team captain as a junior, and I just kind of felt lucky to be there, and everybody was so supportive and everything. But yeah, like you said, it's a big deal when you're from a small town, and like you said, big schools don't really understand the small school perspective. Like I didn't understand the big school perspective till I got, into college and around some bigger high schools and things. And I was just like, man, if basketball is not getting taken seriously, like something's wrong, like something's really wrong. But yeah, our town was just, gung ho about us and all for bringing it home. So it was a good feeling. It really was.
For sure. I wish everyone could kind of experience it, like, especially at programs where they don't have football and stuff like that, to where like basketball is the sport.
Yes.
You put them on a pedestal and everything else. And I can remember like little kids camps, like people just come every single year, and the next thing you know, they're playing there. So that's
Yeah.
cool for
A
sure,
lot of
man.
people are so confused when they're like, wait, you didn't have football? And I'm like, no, I had to teach myself football because we didn't even have it. Like our homecomings were basketball, like our big events were centered
That's
around
true.
basketball. So yeah.
Cool. Well, we're going to get to some questions. Again, guys, thank y'all for
Yeah.
joining us. If you have any questions, the easiest way is to click in the little comment box, the little question box below, but you can type them in the comments as well. So we got one pinned there. We kind of talked about it a little bit. She says she has two girls at home. How would you recommend getting to them into sports?
So getting into sports is definitely a hard thing. As much as you want it to be just mental, you really have to, love the game if you really want to get into it. So when obviously like it's a social thing at first when you're young, like all my friends are doing it, so I want to do it. But as far as like getting to love the game, I think that you just have to kind of teach early the real reason behind it, that it's not just social, that it's something that can make you grow as a person, something that can, you know, help you execute things in life and raise your expectations on yourself and your goals and stuff like that. So at a young age, it's going to be social. Like it's hard to knock that out. But yeah, just making sure that you implement something fun about the sport every
Absolutely.
day, just finding ways to make it less of a hobby and more of something that you want to do,
For sure. Give
drilling.
them popsicles and stuff like that for
Yeah,
early.
yeah. Drilling kids into sports is going to make them hate it. So you got to encourage them that they're having fun. You kind of have to convince them that they're having fun sometimes when
Yeah.
they
You got
don't
to
want to.
bribe them a little bit.
Yeah, when they don't want to go shoot those free throws or they don't want to go throw those pitches, like you just kind of have to, like you said, bribe them. Yeah.
Cool, man. Let's see. I gotta try this new little feature out. So if I tap it, it's supposed to pop up on the screen. There we go.
Oh, look at that. That's so cool.
So how did you know ULM was a school for you?
Um, ULM, man. I didn't know anything about ULM before before I started getting offers and things. But yeah, I came here on a visit. It was on a Wednesday. I came here and I got to, see the campus, which doesn't take long. Our campus is very small, but that's one of the things I loved about it right off the bat. I mean, it's just so homey and it's not spread out and you don't get confused very easily. It takes about a week to figure out where everything's at. So versus LSU and bigger schools like that, like it was so easy just to get around and to know where you were. And just the people are so fun and so great. Nobody's trying to step on your toes. Like everybody wants to help you and help you live your best life here. But yeah, I walked in the Fant and I was just like, man, this is a big coliseum. This is a fun time already. So, and then our weight room in Malone is just phenomenal. I
I didn't
mean,
realize how big the football field was.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
nice.
Everything about the football field and the weight training room and things like that are just phenomenal. And I'm really into that. I'm a kinesiology major, and I just really enjoyed just the feeling I got. Just how at home I felt, and I'd never even been to the city that much. Like, oh man, I just fell in love with it. Like, there's nothing like it, honestly.
Hey, when you know, you know. I can tell. That's what I tell kids all the time. When you
Exactly.
know,
When
you know.
it was just that feeling when you know, and just the people were so welcoming, and I just felt like I fit in right off the bat.
That's cool. Well, we got another little question here. It's a
Yeah.
pretty good one. So we got piece of advice you would give incoming freshmen. So you're a senior, you just graduated, you're about to be an incoming freshman. What advice would you give yourself or another incoming freshman?
Yeah, so I've actually been really connected with our freshmen, and just trying to help them out and stuff, especially during this time because they can't be here and they can't, start learning for themselves and stuff. So I try to, take them under my wing and help them figure out things since they can't do it for themselves right now. But yeah, as an incoming freshman, I mean, you're gonna be scared no matter where you are. It doesn't matter if you're at a D1, D2, or D3. Like, you're gonna be scared. You're gonna be terrified. You're gonna be thinking that you're about to get your guts ran out. I mean, you're just nervous. It's a normal thing. But as far as giving the incoming freshman advice, I would just say listen and just absorb as much as you can because every little detail matters. It really does. Just I hate to say be a perfectionist, but at the same time be a perfectionist. Put all your priorities in front of your wants and just figure out what works for you the best. Um, that's something I wish I could have told myself. Like, give yourself time to realize that I'm new. I'm figuring things out, and I'm gonna do the best I can. But besides that, that's all I can do. So that's
That's right.
definitely some advice I'd give to a freshman.
I love it, man. That's spot on.
Yeah.
Again, guys, thank y'all for joining us. Feel free to ask any questions. The easiest way is to ask in the little question box below. We got this cool new little feature. We're gonna get back to some more questions. That
Yeah.
actually pop up on the screen. So we got. Let's see, this one comes up. There we go. You have a pregame routine, so you're getting into the flow of the game. You're about to go out there, bang some threes.
Yes,
What kind of pregame
yes.
routine?
Okay, so you kind of have to moderate your pregame routine like at away games. You
Yeah.
can't really do exactly what you do at home games as you do at away games. But my pregame routine is probably have pregame meal, and then sometimes I'll take a shower, kind of wash the nerves off or whatever. And do my hair, make sure I look okay for TV. But no, that's not a huge deal. But I try to get my mind right. Obviously, listen to music. We have obviously game scouts, and I make sure those are pretty embedded and locked in. And yeah, I get my ankles taped with the trainer, and I get out there. Obviously, being a shooter, and at away games, like that's the first thing I'm thinking of is
Yep.
what does the rim look like? Like, what's the lighting? Like, I'm
Yep.
picky about that kind of stuff.
For
So
sure.
yeah, so being a shooter, you have to really go ahead and get your eyes locked into what you're going to be trying to hit that night. And so, yeah, I usually get my shoes on and get out there with my teammate Linda from the Netherlands. She's also a shooter, and we'll get out there as soon as we can so we can start getting shots up. Even in Fant, I mean, we practice there every day, and I treat it like it's a brand new gym every time we warm up. So
Cool.
that's my pregame routine.
Just living in the gym, getting some shots up, man. Nothing wrong with that.
Heck yeah. Even if it's not your gym, get in there.
Cool. So this is a question I had.
Okay.
Coach words it a little differently here. Going through some challenges and stuff. We always ask the girls what are some challenges that they went through. So a challenge that you went through is, you went through a coaching change. How
Yeah,
was it
yeah.
adjusting to a coaching change? You went to ULM under one staff. You kind of committed and signed there under that staff, and then had a coaching change. How was that as far as a challenge?
Honestly, it should be a lot harder than it was, but in my situation, it was not. So, long story short, I don't want to take up too much time with this story, but when I was a junior in high school, I had my mind made up that I was going to McNeese and I was going to play for Coach Brooke Donald Williams. Like, I was set. That was my decision. I didn't have to have anything else but that. And she actually left and went to Alabama and coached there for 3 years. So that decision was no longer relevant to go to McNeese. So of course, I did still show some interest to McNeese, and it just wasn't the right fit anymore, which was okay. Because actually, the next day I came here and went on my visit, so it worked out perfectly.
Cool.
Um, so yeah, it was just a God thing, honestly. That 2 years into my career, I got a coaching change to the coach I wanted to play for 4 years of it, like from first view, you know.
That's
And
cool.
yeah, so when I found out she got the job, I mean, nobody else knew her, but I did, and I was just like on cloud nine about it. And so, you know, we kept in contact when she first got the job. She got it in April, and she couldn't get here till about June, July. You know, she had some things to work out. But for me, it was super easy because I just adore her, and I think of the world of her. And we did butt heads for a while, which is totally normal, you know.
Always. Yeah.
And you know, I had to actually be her player instead of just watching her coach. You know, it's a totally different story when you're actually on the court with her and figuring out what she needs from you and stuff. So this past year was definitely the year to learn all that, and which makes me so excited for this next year because now I know like what she needs from me, what I need from her, and so we're kind of like this now.
That's
So
cool. Yeah.
it was a blessing. I love playing for her.
That's a great story, man. That's
Yeah, yeah, it's
crazy
pretty
how God works,
crazy.
man.
Yeah,
All right, here's another good little question about being from a small town school. You know, so a lot of challenges being in a small school. There's 400 something schools in Louisiana, so you know, colleges can't always come out to your high school. So, what
yeah,
did you do to
right.
get noticed, even AAU or besides AAU? Did you do anything else besides that?
I mean, I highly recommend AAU, and it is a great program to get noticed and you know to get college coaches come see you. But that was never really a big deal when I was from my years. It is now from back home, but my years it wasn't a big deal. I kind of did it because I felt like I had to. But yeah, I had to travel 2.5 hours there and back to like Lafayette, which is 2.5 hours there, 2.5 hours back. For I'm so sorry.
That's
There's
all
a
right.
very loud car coming through. But yeah, I had to travel so much just to go to practice. So I mean, which is a normal thing, but I didn't think it was, you know. But yeah, AAU was a good experience. It wasn't my favorite, and it didn't actually get me noticed. Anacoco being such a big basketball school
Yeah.
actually did help getting me noticed, and just really working hard and
Being good at the top 28 helps a lot too.
yes, exactly. Like coaches see that that's the goal to, you know, being there not only to win for your school but to also like help yourself get noticed because there are college coaches there. And but I actually got noticed when I came to ULM to play a team camp, and
There you go.
that's when Coach Jeff Dow got to actually see me play, and that's when I got offered because I was probably one of the tallest guards there, which is very rare in like Louisiana because usually they're shorter and quicker. But
That's right. I
yeah,
call it
that's
Louisiana tall.
yeah. That's a thing. It is definitely a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's how Coach Dow noticed me, and we just kept in touch after that. So
Definitely adding to that, man. So, to this question, you know, film your games first of all. Definitely get your coach to go to some team camps from high
yes,
school, and then go to
yes.
elite camps on top of that. You know, go to as many
Oh,
camps as you
yes.
possibly can.
I went to every ULM elite camp, and
There you go.
especially if they invite you, you need to go because that's when they really want to see what you got, and don't go just to have fun. Go there and show them what you got. If there's one thing that I could change about playing basketball in high school was not being so meek. I mean, you are going to mess up. You are going to mess up. You're going to do what your coach does not want you to do, but that's how you get better and that's how you grow. And if I could tell myself something, it would be that don't be meek. Go out there, play with your team, play for your team, and go get noticed because, I mean, it's a once in a lifetime chance and you got to take it.
Absolutely. Let's see. I think we got some more questions. Again, guys, thank y'all for joining
Yeah.
us.
Thank y'all so much.
Feel free to ask any questions. The easiest thing is click the little question box below. Look at this cool new little Q&A feature now. So again, it's kind of back on what we talked about. Advice for high school
Yeah.
girls to be recruited. You know, can you add anything else to that?
I would just say perfect what you're good at. Don't try to be anything you're not. College coaches are looking for specific things. Not only do they like a wide variety player, but they also like somebody who knows what they're doing in their area. Don't be don't be a 5'9" guard trying to go do some post moves. Like they're not looking for that. They're not looking for that wide of a variety. Go get good at what you're good at. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Um, Go be great at what you know how to do and perfect your game 100%. I mean, like me and my teammates like to say, get in your bag and
There
like
you
bring
go.
everything out of your bag that you can because it comes in handy.
And shooters are gonna shoot, man. Shooters are gonna
Yes,
shoot.
sir. Yes, sir.
We got a cool question from Coach there. So, what are you looking forward to? Again, senior year. Hopefully, we get a chance to play. My goodness.
I
What
know.
What are
I
you looking
know.
forward to? What excites you about this ULM team this coming year?
Man, this team is new, but that is not a threat to us at all. We're not worried about bringing new people in and them being slow to the party. We're not at all. We're ready to get out there and start up some chemistry, figure out what we need to figure out, and just get on the grind. I mean, these girls coming in are ready. They're prepared. They're not thinking about high school anymore. They're ready to jump off the deep end with us, and that's what we need. Um, but even our returners are ready. I mean, they're fired up. We got a lot of heat based off of last season. We have a lot of comeback in us.
For sure.
um,
For sure.
yeah, but even our older girls are ready, and our younger girls are ready to jump on the train too. So I'm so excited. I got a lot of people. We are keeping in touch, and we're keeping each other accountable, and just working on what we need to work on for each other. So
That
I'm
goes a long
so
ways, man.
excited. Oh, I'm so excited.
And you may have to go knock on the door. Hey, let's go. Time to get some shots up. You gotta come
Yes,
get some shots
sir.
up with me.
Yes,
Let
sir.
them
There's
freshmen know.
there's absolutely no shame in it. There's no meanness to it. It is just pure truth.
Yep, that's cool. The freshmen be
Yeah.
ready, man. I
Be
know.
ready. Be
I know
ready.
whenever
They're on here right now and they already know to be ready.
I know whenever a senior like yourself, like I can tell like the leadership and you work really hard. Like I can
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
that from we had an instance whenever I was at Nichols and we won our conference championship. That's what one of our seniors would always do.
Yes.
She would always, hey, I don't care what boy you got over whatever, we're gonna get some
Nope.
shots up. Tell me to be back later.
Yep. It is a priority and it is what we're here for. So
Cool. Question here: would you consider yourself more of a Brittney Griner or a Maya Moore?
oh, thank you to that person who sent that. I would have to go with Maya Moore. I am not huge on some Brittney Griner moves in the paint, but
There you go.
yeah, Maya Moore. She's incredible, and I love to watch her play. She's an inspiration to girls all over the nation, and I wish I could say I'm a Maya Moore, but I'll have to be, just a wisher that I was Maya Moore.
That's fair enough. So a question I got more personal to you. The ball's gonna stop bouncing eventually. Whether you want to go play professionally or this is your last year playing, what do you plan on doing once the ball stops bouncing?
Yeah, so being a college athlete, and not only a college athlete but a college basketball player, um, you know, not to say this in a negative way, but you give a lot. You give so much to the game, and I'm just ready to, kind of get some of that back, and give it back myself, in a different way. So I do think I'm going to grad assist for a school, most likely not ULM, but I'm not throwing that out the window. But yeah, I think I want to go grad assist, kind of get my feet in the water and eventually become a college coach myself. So that's
Absolutely.
that's the plan. That's the plan. I just love everything about the NCAA and everything it represents. And I don't know. I don't want to try to brag, but I think it's just my calling and kind of built for it. So that's what we're gonna go for.
Cool, man. It's definitely hard to train. I think the opportunities there to be a grad assistant at the school you're at.
Yeah,
You take
yeah.
it, but it's hard to coach the kids that you were
Yeah, it's hard to
friends
sit.
with.
It's hard
It's
to sit
tough.
on the bench you were on a year ago.
Yeah,
So
and
we'll see
then
what.
respect wise from their
Yeah,
friends slash
yeah,
players
yeah, yeah.
now
Those are my friends. Yeah,
it's
those are
great.
my
Yeah.
friends.
So I feel you on that one for sure. Again, we'll be here for another 2 or 3 minutes, guys. Y'all have any more questions? Feel free to ask them in the little question box below. So last question I got. You still there
Okay.
with us?
Yeah.
Last question I got is some advice. So we always ask the girls to share some advice with us. We're talking to high school and middle school girls. What advice do you have for them going through the recruiting process, high school athlete, whatever it is? What advice do you have for a high school student athlete?
Yeah. I actually love working with, girls in the same position I was, especially me. I feel like I have a lot more knowledge now than I did, obviously. But yeah, the girls that are like me when I was, 15, 16, 17, um, just explore. Like, even if you're not looking for anything, go explore. Go find out everything you can about basketball and what's going on in the world with basketball. Um, just really expand your wisdom on, how to become better, how to get more connections, how to be seen, just things like that. Because I feel like I grew up in kind of under a rock, and just being able to say like, well, I know this, and so I'm gonna act on it. Not only do I know it, but I'm gonna act on it. I'm gonna not only work my butt off, but I'm also going to, have the knowledge I need to be able to perform better. Um, and a lot of people do think it's about skill. They think it's about like how many spin moves you have, how many in and out moves and dribble moves you have. But it's about heart, man. It's about how much you want it, how much better you actually want to get, and how much you want to be seen. Because for me, getting seen meant I was vocal. I was a leader on the court. I was a leader off the court, and your performance on the court will show that. Not only will it show that, but it also will help you excel past those who aren't willing to do those things. So do the things that you don't want to do because eventually they're going to pay off. That's probably the best advice I could give.
Cool, man. Well, I really appreciate your time. You've been great this whole
Yes,
time, man.
yes, I enjoyed this so much.
It's been so much fun. I can't wait to kind of clip this up. Like I said, the Q&A thing was great, but clipping it up, the thing you just said right now, and kind of broadcasting that out to as many girls as we possibly can.
Yeah, totally.
Having that small town mentality is very common in Louisiana. So I was
Yes,
excited to
yes,
get you on, and you had
of
a great
course.
career. We're looking forward to watching big things from you guys over there at ULM, and
Yep. One
again,
last ride.
if anyone wants to kind of reach out to you, I'm sure you'll be more than
Oh, of
welcome to
course. Of course.
kind of mentor them or answer any questions. But again, guys, thank y'all for joining us. We'll be here on Mondays and Wednesdays with LGR Live. And Whitney, if you need anything our way, man, feel free to let us know.
Oh, of course. You've been great. Thank y'all so much for having me.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.